and paying attention to us.
And generally on the walk, you don't worry about food on walks?
No, I don't.
Because you've worked e-collar and they're pretty much getting it.
Yeah, after day 3 or 4, they're, the loose leash healing is 5 minutes. But you see, right here, there's no tension, there's no nothing. Okay?
I'm laughing because now I know how people feel when I show up.
But
Okay?
it's very
He's
simple.
normally spinning circles.
No tension, no
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
But you got to pay more attention to me. I don't look where he is. I don't care where he is. His job's to follow me. That's it. So we change paces. We go faster. Boom. Always turning right into him. He's got to pay attention to where we're at. Slow it down. It's easy for him to walk fast.
When would you take him out though in public to go for a run versus introducing another dog? Meaning she goes out, she runs with him, other dogs come, and then he goes into that. Now I could bring another dog down here and we could.
If you do the beginning of the training properly and you change the habits of the way he's living, then all that stuff's easy. But you can't not address the things at home and then take him out into the world and expect him to behave. Okay? You have to take the basic commands, the heel, the sit, the down, the behavior. I teach a place command, go away, boundary, sit on that, don't move, all in the beginning. If you could teach all those things and the dog gets that at home without distraction, that's the most important thing. You got to teach without distraction, lots of reward, lots of food. They're working for their food. Then you can start adding a little bit of distance and a little bit of distraction. See what I'm saying? Baby steps. You can't just pull him from no distractions to throwing him in a park with dogs, and because you deal with a lot of unruly dogs and people who they want to make eye contact, they want to look and they want to do the baby tuck and they want to touch your dog. He can't handle that. Okay? So when someone says, they ask me all the time, how should I approach a dog? It's very simple. You shouldn't. Period. You don't approach dogs. They don't want to be approached. Especially a dog like Cooper. You don't approach him. When I came into the garage, how long did we talk before? I never touched him. I never talked to him. I never made eye contact. And right away, he was very comfortable because I never put any pressure. So the second I took him on the leash, this is all we did, and we continued to talk. This is building that relationship, me and him, to where he could start to trust me. Then you can start to work.
Same with when they have company come in the house. Everybody zeroes in on him. They want him out,
listen,
and he ends up lunging and barking at people.
I have really well-trained, well-behaved dogs. But when someone comes to my home, whether it's a friend, a family, or stranger, I have a rule. The dogs do not exist for 5 or 10 minutes, period. They don't exist. You don't acknowledge them, you don't talk to them, you don't touch them. I don't even want you looking at them. Because the second you do that, I have big, powerful, pushy dogs. They'll respect you if you come in and you listen to those words that I just gave you. But the second you come in and you look at my Rottweiler, you go, oh, Bruno, he's so cute. Everyone wants to love on him. You're done. He's going to push up against you. He's going to be jumping on you. You can't have it.
What about this dog? What he displays is barking and lunging at people like...
Well, he's really insecure. He's not aggressive. He's really insecure. So what he learns is that when I bark and I show that, people back up and they leave me alone. He gets exactly what he wants. That's his reward. Okay? So he's operating under the NAPOPO system too. I bark, bark, bark. There's the negative. People stop. There's the first positive. They back away. Boom. There's the second positive. That's how he gets rewarded. That's his reward. He creates his own reward. He acts like a jerk and people go away. No, but this dog, he's fantastic.
You've not noticed anything that they were concerned he had some medical condition of aggression?
No, there's no.
You've watched the videos I've sent to you, right, Larry?
And I knew just by watching the video that he was just a dog who really needed to be put to work. He has real working dog characteristics for the most part, but he needed that structure. I saw from the first video he was very insecure. You know, that bark, that's not an aggressive bark. That's, I'm scared of the world. Don't approach me, don't touch me. You know, this, I never even came straight on with this dog. Everything I did was at his level from the side. And right there, I'm not even going to let him walk away. I control everything. He's got to know. A dog, all dogs, but especially a dog in his condition, they have to understand 3 things. For one, they have to understand that I can control him under any circumstance. For 2, they got to understand that I can control myself under any circumstance. And 3, they have to understand that I can control everything around him. Nothing's going to hurt him. Nothing's going to get to him. I protect him. He doesn't protect me. When they understand those 3 things, and they get it quick, then you'll see a very secure, happy dog with you.
Well, I noticed that they did say that what they liked is they wanted this dog to protect them when they're out jogging, but really no dog's a protective dog unless it's trained like that, correct? Because you can't 1 minute expect your dog to behave and then the next minute it's supposed to be the leader to make the decision
Well,
on who to attack at the park.
When I walk my dogs, Shirley, in a pack, they're off leash, we walk through my neighborhood, they have one job, that's to follow me. Okay, so if dogs run out of the yard barking and growling, my dogs don't go after them, they don't react, they look at me. If I just keep walking and moving and I ignore that, they ignore that. Now, if the dogs ever continue to come and we're going to attack me, it's natural, they're going to protect me. But people tend to confuse protecting you and being possessive of you very, very, very much all the time. There's a big difference. Okay, he shouldn't have to feel that he's on guard when we're walking. He should feel, I got to follow my leader. He's in charge. I don't have to worry about anything.
Do you think that's why he's doing those big circles around her? He's nervous. He's unsure what he's supposed to do.
He's very nervous and he's very insecure. And the problem is when you take a nervous, insecure dog and he feels he needs to be in charge, it's a disaster. It's an absolute disaster. They cannot handle it. And it's that simple. It's very easy to talk about, but you saw his behavior with me from the time I walked in. It's just making him feel comfortable. It's this big relief of pleasure. Man, I don't have to be in charge here anymore. And they just let it go. It's a beautiful thing, you know. So even when we're walking, it should feel like you don't have a dog with you. Okay, so I'm just taking a normal. I'm barely moving. I barely have the leash, and he's paying more attention to where I'm at now.
Right, and this dog has not jogged 8 miles. This dog really has just done the ball today. He's done nothing but what we've done today with you.
It's black and white to them. They understand black and white. We tend to make it a lot more complicated than it has to be. 90% of the dogs that I deal with are really, really far gone, very aggressive, very fearful. I get a lot of bad dogs. This guy's not even close to that. He just needs that structure. So whoever owns this dog has to say, okay, we're going to do what it has to take. He doesn't make any more decisions. We're going to give him that security of knowing we have your back, we're in charge of everything. We will provide you with the safety, the food, the shelter, everything you need, the love. You don't have to worry about nothing.
And you don't like toys in their pen or anything like that? No toys?
Great. Listen, if you watch me with my dogs, I use a lot of toys, but they come out when it's playtime or training time. That's it.
Right. You noticed today I had a lot of stuffed animals that...
Because they don't become, they're a lot less important when they have access to them all the time. There's no importance there. There's none. There's no interest. They have it there all the time.
If the dog was to choose not to settle today, like today, I noticed, you know, we stayed up at the house until we went in and out through doors. You also waited until, when he kept just pushing, you just waited. Like for right now, he's standing by you. He's not pulling away or anything like that. If he was not to get calm after 20 or 30 minutes, would you just put him back in their crates and just, what do you do in regards?
That's not even, in all the years I'm doing it, I've never had that. It's not.
But the owners might have that in order to start building the process back.
You stop. You don't move. You have to be patient. You don't, the leash doesn't go on the dog if he's worked up, period. You don't go to him and put the leash on. He comes to you and it's got to be relaxed state of mind, okay? You have to put the leash on the dog when he's calm and relaxed. Okay, I don't care if he sits, stands, I don't ask for commands. The more you talk, the less important it is. Okay, dogs care about your actions, not about your words. Okay, so they're gonna feed off of your energy. He never acted like that. As a matter of fact, as soon as we put the leash on and I took it, he relaxed. They know instantly. They get it. They know instantly. Okay, he's a really nice dog. He just really needs that structure, you know. His obedience is great, but that's the easy part. You know, that's what I tell everyone. The behavior is 80% of it. Understand what makes him tick up here, what makes him comfortable. Everything else is cake.
What do you think's going on with him at home when he's laying in the bed and they're just sitting there quietly on their computer and he just wakes up and starts barking at them?
Well, it's his bed. You know, this dog would never be on a bed in my house.
Well, he's actually on his dog bed behind, and then he woke up and just started barking at the owner, and you know, and the owner felt, you know, threatened by him that he's going to come after her.
Right.
Is he just? What's your opinion on when he?
That's really hard to say, Shirley, without seeing it. But I don't see any aggression. Anytime I've seen this dog barking or acting out, it's just pure bluff insecurity. Okay, I don't know what causes it. Everyone says he did this for no reason. There's always a reason. You know, there's always a reason. We just have to figure out why. You know, so that's hard to say without seeing.
Right.
And I've had hundreds of conversations with people, and it's all he did it for no reason. There's no such thing. They do everything for a reason. You know,
And you've also noticed with this dog, that if you don't have that relationship, don't stare at him because that puts pressure on him.
yeah, he can't
Stop
handle
stop the staring. People have to stop staring at this dog.
This guy can't handle any pressure, any kind of pressure. And if you notice, I haven't used any corrections at all with him. There are no corrections from me. There's no corrections. There's no talking. Even as I'm talking to you, I'm doing little subtle things where I'm just moving. Come with me. That's it. You know, and he gets it. I don't have to pull on him. I don't have to talk to him. I don't have to use baby talk. He just gets it. This right here is the most important tool. Just a leash. Teach him through the leash what you want. Okay? So even here, this is a walk. All right? This is nice and calm. Then you can change it up. You can start moving. You can change up the pace. Ooh, all of a sudden you have a perfectly healing dog. How is that? Boom, move back, let him come to you. There's no pulling, there's no talking, there's no nothing. Okay? Just teach him to follow. Right there? He wants to go over there? No, no, no. There's no sniffing, there's no smelling, there's no peeing, there's no nothing. Follow me.
You like to release your dogs with free when we do get to the point to say free.
So if I wanted him here, I would relax. He doesn't have a release command. All my dogs have a release command. I don't care if I'm not going to ask him this. I'm not going to ask for nothing. I just want this. I want this beautiful, calm state of mind, and I'm not going to allow that. Okay? So right there, I control that. Now he's there. Free dog, Cooper. Now he can go. There's his reward. Be a dog. Okay? So it's not about not allowing your dog to do anything. It's just show him when he can do it. Show him when he's allowed to explore. You want that. That's the great thing about being on a walk. You want him exploring all these different things. You want him, the smells, the sights, everything. It's the greatest thing you could do for your dog is a structured walk, but it's got to be done right. If you're walking and the dog's peeing on everything and spinning around you, all you're doing is hurting the relationship. You're not helping at all, you know?
Okay, and I noticed, like I said, you didn't use a lot of food. You reward, and the amount, like you said, no corrections, but there is pressure. Meaning, if you're done with that, I usually, say, with me or let's go. So you let them know you have to check back in. It's time to go.
I let him go. Now we're time to go. I'm not going to say anything.
You're not saying anything.
There's
Okay.
hardly any pressure here, and we go. But I didn't talk to him. He doesn't care about my words. You know, he doesn't care. It's just not important. Just being, just having that good energy, he'll get it. He understands it. Believe me, he understands it. He really does. Come here, buddy. Come here. And you don't have to be scared to love on him, but this is the time to do it, This is the time to do it. In 1 or 2 days, me and this dog would have a super bond because he would trust me. Okay, it's easy for a dog to love you, but they have to trust and respect you. They need it. They can't live without it, Right, buddy?
But too much petting and cuddling with him in bed, he gets a little bit.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of dogs that they just take advantage and they can't handle it. They can't handle that pressure, He's a great dog. He really is. I'm glad I got to meet him.
Yeah.
He's a great dog. But to think that this dog has any real issues, that's crazy. That's crazy.
No, but what he has to have is it's the structure, and I that's what I'm hoping we'll be able.
You never saw any corrections, and when you talk about food, I'm not going to use food in the behavior part of the world. Food is to teach new things. When we're training obedience or tricks, yeah, use food, positive reinforcement over and over and over. But when we're just teaching him to be a dog, no, just hang with me and respect me. That's it. The stuff that goes on in the home, that's the important stuff. That's 80% of the equation. Learn how to live with him. Learn what makes him tick up here. The obedience part is simple. We can teach a dog to do anything.
Do you see this dog should be allowed to be running free in the home, considering he's bit one of the owners?
I don't have a problem with him running free. My dogs run free, but I don't bring them in from outside and just let them run around and act crazy. It might be put them in a down for a little while. And even that structure, their movement is structured until they can handle that.
But if he's hopping on couches and doesn't get off,
absolutely not.
if he's been growling and lunging on them.
He has to have boundaries in the house, okay? And if that means he drags a leash around and then he goes someplace, he he goes someplace where you don't want him, boom, you get that leash, you bring him back to where you do want him. And if he does that 10 times, you bring him back 10 times. Because if you do it 9, he'll never stop. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It has to be consistency. He's an easy dog. There's, I don't see any issues that couldn't be changed around like that with him. He's a really nice dog.
All right. Thank you.